You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
It's a breezy and peaceful Sunday in Muncie, Indiana. Two kings and queens of the Mid-American Conference have come to town this weekend, and both giants were toppled. On Friday, Ball State defeated the defending women's volleyball champions, Western Michigan, in 4 sets. On Saturday, the Cards pulled the upset over Ohio football 20-14 at Schumann Stadium. And today, Ball State looks to make it 3-0 against reigning champions as the Western Michigan Broncos eye 28 straight matches without a loss in MAC play. It's Ball State Western Michigan Women's Soccer on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. And good afternoon to you folks at home. I'm Brayden Carroll, Max Gillie alongside. It's a beautiful 79-degree day, just only a few clouds in sight. Great blue skies across the plains of Indiana. And Max, we have a fun match today, and it's been a great weekend for the Cardinal Athletic Squad.
Oh, 100%. I mean, when you can say that, hey, you've beat your reigning MAC champions, you have to be thrilled. And specifically for volleyball, that was a big win, but I'd say even more for football. Coming in, Ball State was the underdog, but you know what? They got the win, and you can say the same thing about today's game. You know, Ball State maybe considered the underdog against a Western team that has dominated the MAC regular season, but will Lightning strike a third time? We'll have to see.
Well, it is windy, but the skies are so clear. Lightning's going to have to be artificial around here, and the Cards come into this one with a win in their rearview mirror, a 3-2 win over Ohio with 2 goals by the great Addie Chester.
I mean, getting a win over Ohio is very impressive because that Aaron Rodgers-led squad is always a contender when you look at the MAC. And I mean, statistically, Ohio had over double the amount of shots, but it was those shots on goals for Ball State that got them the win. I think it can be a very similar result where Western Michigan may outshoot the Cardinals here tonight, but if Ball State can be more accurate, that may give them the win.
And Addie Chester is certainly going to be a huge factor today. Perhaps the most formidable attacker in the league. 8 goals this season on 31 shots. That backs up a career mark of 20 goals and 20 assists. Her play is a big component to this team's winning ways.
I mean, you can't say much that already hasn't been said about Addie Chester. You know, she leads the MAC in goals. She's been so very impressive. Ball State is so lucky that she decided to transfer from Louisville and come back home. She's going to make another big performance here today.
And we're going to take a quick break here on the SportsLink Digital pregame show. Thanks for tuning in, whether you're listening on SportsLink Digital Radio or through the live stream on the Ball State Athletics website. We'll be right back after this break, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Don't go anywhere.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, you know, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, you know, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
Hey Cardinal fans, this is Connor Onion, play-by-play broadcaster with Fox Sports, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. Chirp, chirp.
Welcome back to the Briner Sports Complex. We are getting closer and closer to the start of this match between Ball State and Western Michigan. I'm Brayden Carroll, Max Gillie alongside. This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, Indiana, or visit victorymuncie.com. That's VICTROI Muncie.com. And Max, pivoting now towards Western Michigan, this is a team that has just been incredible for the past few seasons. in the MAC. Their only 2 losses this year come to top 10 squads, Iowa and Notre Dame, and the Broncos ride a near 3-year unbeaten streak in regular season conference play.
I mean, when you can say that, hey, you start the year off against 2 top 10 teams and then don't lose any other matchups, that is a really good team. And I know we were talking a little earlier, we were surprised that there haven't been any conversations of trying to rank Western Michigan, because this has to be one of the better teams in the country. I mean, you just look at this great roster, the schedule that they played. It's not been an easy road to get to where they've been.
And you look at them in terms of the RPI rankings, rated the 37th best team in the country. That is the highest ranked squad in the MAC by the RPI poll. And the backbone of this squad is certainly in its senior class. They have 10 freshmen, but they also have 11 seniors and grads, 8 seniors, 3 graduate athletes who have been the foundation of Western's success.
And when you want to have success, you have to have continuity, and that is exactly what this Western Michigan team has had. But they also have a bright future as well, which is just another impressive thing. I mean, yes, you can look at all the seniors, but you got a freshman goalie starting. You got a couple sophomores who have made some big impacts who are going to be starting as well. This has been a Western team that has dominated the MAC, and at this point, I don't see them stopping anytime soon.
Looking at the head coaches today for Ball State, it's head coach Andy Stutes, his first season as the head coach, taking the helm for Josh Reif, who was a Cardinal Classic for 5 years, now the head coach at Indiana. Just a kid from a small town in eastern Tennessee, in his own words. And for Western Michigan, head coach Lewis Robinson, the 2-time MAC Coach of the Year. Max, any keys to the game before we take it to one last break?
Well, I think when we look at the keys to the game, I mentioned this against Ohio, but Ball State may not get that many opportunities to score, so they're going to need to take advantage. And every time they're going to get those opportunities, they have to have those shots be accurate. And meanwhile, for Western Michigan, you just can't overlook this Ball State squad. I mean, yes, they may not have the best record, but they're still a very formidable team, and if you want to be one of the best in the MAC, you have to beat everyone.
Looking at the starters before we take you to the national anthem break, as we have just a little bit of time to do so. For Ball State, it'll be the midfielder, number 2, Izzy Ross, the 5'5" freshman. Another midfielder, number 3, LG Moncrief, hailing from Frisco, Texas. Number 6, Delaney Caldwell, the forward, alongside number 10, Addie Chester. Number 12, Lexi Watkins in the midfield as well. Number 13, Delaney Ahern, a defender. Number 16, Tori Monaco up the center of the pitch. Number 18, Kira Verberg taking the defensive spot in this one, her 4th start of the season. Number 20, Greer Isaacson, and number 23, Jordan Klassen, rounding out the defense with number 33, the goalkeeper, Kate Palante, a 5'8" sophomore with back-to-back starts this season. And for Western Michigan, it's number 5, Drew Martin, the midfielder. Number 8, Abby Worthman, and number 9, Avery Peters, rounding out the left side of the attack. Number 13, Mira Pierre Webster. Number 14, Maddie Canada. Number 20, Meredith Vance. Number 21, Heidi Tamasma. Number 22, Ava Beckett. Number 26, Abigail Baldridge. Number 28, Michaela Core-Pascal. And number 1, Reagan Suliver, the goalkeeping freshman, standing at 6'0". So we'll take one more break here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. The start of the match coming up when we return.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, you know, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, you know, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink. SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
You're listening to Ball State Soccer on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Now, back to the action.
Rowan Elber welcoming us into the action as we are getting set for the center kickoff between Ball State and Western Michigan. I'm Brayden, Carroll, Max Gillie alongside. Thank you for joining us, whether you are listening on SportsLink Digital Radio through Twitter, now called X, or YouTube, or you're listening through the BallStateAthletics.com live stream. This is the Ball State SportsLink presentation of women's soccer, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, that can all be found at BallStateSportsLink.com. And I feel like I need to rewrite that read, Max. My English is not really showing its strongest suit in how I wrote that one down. Something to work on next time. But for now, Western Michigan into the huddle, jumping up and down with the squad as Ball State awaits to exit their huddle too. Western Michigan will be moving left to right, Ball State right to left.
And one thing you can just tell about this Western Michigan team, just based on that little quick warm-up, they look like they're having a whole lot of fun. And that happens when you have a winning record, you know. It makes it always a lot more fun.
Back-to-back seasons, this Western Michigan squad has finished 8-0-3 exactly in Mid-American Conference play, riding a 27-game regular season unbeaten streak in conference play, by far and away the longest in the Mid-American Conference. As we await the start of the match, Ball State to move first. Delaney Caldwell gets things going with a soft touch to Addie Chester in the center circle. Along the far edge, it's Verberg, working towards the corner, finds the space, a cross opportunity. She'll take it, a short dribbler, and Western Michigan's there along the boundary. That's Meredith Vance, first time calling her name in this match, comes in the first minute. A throw-in coming up for the Cardinals.
If you're a Ball State fan, you have to be happy about the early aggression being shown by both Addie Chester and Delaney Caldwell.
Two crosses into the attacking third, and both times a Bronco defender in the way, that time Heidi Thomasma. And now the Broncos get a throw in, try and get things out of their defensive side. Header missed by Verberg, and now the Broncos have a chance to take it across the center stripe. A clearing pass into the attacking third, no one's there, and Jordan Klassen, the freshman defender, will be the first to touch. Contention between her and Michaela Core-Pascal in the corner. Ball heads out. The officials say it is off of Core-Pascal and the Broncos. So early on, seeing some action here. Just over a minute elapsed in this first half, still 0-0. Ball State is a team that has notoriously scored early in matches. Against UMass on the 18th of this month, the 14th of this month, the Cardinals scored with 3 minutes off the clock, and against Central Michigan, they scored with 8 minutes off of the clock. And this first Broncos attack won't result in anything, as the Cardinals will get a reset and a free kick just outside of the 18.
Cardinals have to be happy with this gift of an offside given to them.
Glancing header, missed by LG Moncrief, and the ball rolls out of bounds, bounces rather, to the Broncos' possession. A high throw-in. Looked like double contact between the Cards and Broncos as it dribbles back out along the far side near the center stripe, and now the Cards have possession.
Really haven't been able to see too much from Western Michigan at this point just because they keep quickly getting these turnovers and causing throw-ins.
Broncos able to clear the ball back into the Cards' defensive third. A few headers going over the top of the Cardinal midfielders. Now the ball rolls back into the attacking third of the Broncos. It will be Ball State possession, though. And Max, this is a Western Michigan team that can score quick and score in numbers. In their last match against UMass, the Broncos scored within 5 minutes, coming off of a Tamasma goal assisted by number 5, Drew Martin. And the Broncos proceeded to score the next 3 goals of the match until UMass was finally able to crack in a couple goals in the 70 to 80 minute range.
Like the aggressiveness you were seeing from both teams here, Ball State draws a quick foul, so it's going to get this quick reset now.
And Western Michigan comes into this match leading the MAC in fouls per match, 14.7 to be exact, far and away the highest mark in the conference. The Bronco free kick, ball just outside of the 18 and tipped back out along the near touch line by a Cardinal defender. That appeared to be Jordan Klassen, the Michigan native, getting some work in against her home state's perhaps best squad. A shot opportunity saved by Kate Palante. That was Ava Beckett with an opportunity, rather Meredith Vance. Naturally a midfielder, but had a great opportunity to get the ball on goal.
Wasn't the prettiest save from Palante, but Cardinal fans have to be happy. You know, she's only sophomore and really hasn't had as much experience. She keeps having to get these starting roles due to injuries.
And excuse my correction, that's rather Michaela Core-Pascal with the first shot on goal for Western. Addie Chester weaving between defenders into the attacking zone. Cards working the near side. Good pass to the boundary. The cross into the box by Lexi Watkins. Shot opportunity, Caldwell rejected right in front of the 6 by Meredith Vance. And we will get a corner kick for the Cardinals, a team that finishes almost dead last in corners per match with 2.7, gets an opportunity within 5 minutes of this one.
And I think the Cardinals did everything right there. It was just truly an unlucky touch.
But a great set-piece opportunity for Ball State early against the reigning MAC champions. The high corner goes over everybody's heads. First there is Jordan Klassen. And the opportunity for LG Moncrief along the far end of the box. Rejected by a Bronco. Cards still have it in the attacking third, working the far boundary. Soft touch left for Verberg. Still working just outside of the 18. The cross into the box off of a Western Michigan Bronco. And Reagan Sulliver is forced to step out of the 6 and deep into the box to save that ball before a crashing Addie Chester had a chance. And that was a close call for this Bronco defense. A couple headers out of the goal kick, and the Broncos have possession. Along the far edge, Abby Worthman, the star Bronco. A senior forward, played 3 seasons at the NAIA level at Madonna University in her hometown, Livonia, Michigan. The throw-in for Western Michigan. Headed up by a Cardinal. Kicked back into the attacking zone. Abby Worthman looking for space. Nutmegs Addie Chester. Gets it into the box. High arcing shot is just outside of the far upper corner of the goal. As another shot for Western Michigan still cannot crack into the scoreboard. It remains 0-0 now at the 8-minute mark.
And that was just more than anything a forced shot. You can be happy that you had the shot opportunity, but there was no way that it was going to be going in.
The goal kick by Kate Palante ends right back into the Broncos' side. A through ball. Abby Worthman chasing it down. Not enough time before Kate Palante tracks that ball. And we have another goal kick for Ball State. So rather, that was Avery Peters, the grad midfielder, with a chance. Another goal kick this time goes across the center line. Broncos are there again. Maddie Canada, the senior midfielder, with the first touch. Just clearing it off to the far touchline. A throw in for Ball State. Just about the halfway point between the outer 18 and the center line. Cards working in the defensive zone. Broncos hovering. Hard player-on-player coverage. Tough tackle by Meredith Vance doesn't result in a change of possession. Cards clear into their attacking zone. Western Michigan's there to bring it back to the center line. A beautiful through ball again, but it is a clear and obvious offsides. Drew Martin, the guilty party. She was maybe 5-10 yards in front of the closest Cardinal defender.
You know, sometimes it's difficult to tell when it's the offsides, but everybody, even if you didn't know soccer that well, knew that that was going to be an offside. So this could be a good opportunity for Ball State. They just can't afford to turn it over immediately.
Offside calls were something that the Cards were able to take good advantage of against Ohio. Bobcats having 6 of those calls with the Cards 0. The wind's blowing hard, 17 miles per hour, while the Broncos are on the attack. The through ball rejected up front by Ball State. A real chance into the 18 as Abby Worthman worked the boundary, tried to get the through ball to Drew Martin, but a nice rejection by a Cardinal defender up front. That was Jordan Klassen. But we will have a corner for Western Michigan on the near side.
And that's the 3rd or 4th big stop that the freshman in Klassen has been able to bring.
The corner. Cardinal first to touch it, and the ball's back out of the 18. Into the 9th minute, still 0-0. And a rather lazy shot to just get the ball into the 18. An easy save for Kate Palante. That attempt made by Avery Peters, the grad from Mason, Michigan. She played 4 seasons at the University of Michigan. A 3-time academic All-Big Ten, which in the Big Ten Conference is quite a difficult accomplishment to achieve, let alone 3 times. So out of the goal kick, Ball State now has it across the center line with a throw-in coming up along the far touchline. Throw goes straight to the Broncos. Contention. Cards working to get possession back. Ball bounces out along the touchline again. And the Cards will have another throw-in. Western Michigan struggling to get the ball out of the Cardinals' feet. The throw successful to Caldwell along the boundary. Cross into the box for Chester. Gathers possession. Tough shot high above the net. And the first shot by the Cardinals is a blank.
Big thing there from Addie Chester. She was in the right spot, but just didn't really have time to do a great shot. She just kind of had to force it out.
You know, sometimes it's difficult to see who the player is. Addie Chester makes it easy for us with the big red headband signifying who she is, and you know, it's hard not to call her name multiple times. She is the primary attacker for Ball State in every match. 2 goals against Ohio, 8 goals this season. An absolute star contending for MAC Player of the Year.
I mean, I can't really think of what else she would need to do to be crowned MAC Player of the Year. I mean, she can do it all. She gets assists. She gets a lot of goals. Just a complete player.
Maybe the closest player to her is Abby Worthman for Western Michigan with 6 goals of her own this season. So this could really be a match that ends up deciding who the MAC Player of the Year could be, dependent on the performance of Worthman and Chester. Talk about all of the stakes in this match. Western Michigan's streak of 27 straight matches without a loss to a MAC conference opponent in the regular season, and Ball State standing at 5-4-2 on the season, 500 exactly in the Mid-American Conference, standing at 7th place, just inside of that mark to gain 8th place to make the MAC tournament.
And one stat for Ball State as well, they haven't actually had a home win this year. You got to go back to the IU Indy game last time the Cardinals won at home.
They were able to draw against Central Michigan, but still awaiting that win. Here's a real opportunity for the Cardinals. Chasing down the ball was Lexi Watkins. The ball just rolled right into the 18, and she was the only player home other than the goalkeeper, Sulliver for Western, who stepped up to make the stop.
That's just too much power that's going to absolutely send it there.
So 13 minutes allotted now. The score is still 0-0. Western Michigan with 4 shots, the Cardinals with 2 of their own. Watkins back into the action, kicking the ball to the center stripe. Caldwell is there. To the far boundary, Tori Monaco on the run. Western tracks it down. Monaco fighting for the ball back. Kicked out along the far touchline, and it will be Cardinal possession here.
Cardinals are going to have to open themselves up right now because there really aren't that many targets at this point.
The throw into Monaco, back to Verberg, kicks it into the 18. Western Michigan's there. Watkins chasing the free ball. Glancing header by the Cardinals, back into the 18, kicked out again by Western. Watkins with the track down, loses possession, and now it's time for the Broncos to get moving. Drew Martin, the clear into the 18, the attacking zone for Western, and the ball just safely rolls into Kate Palante's hands. Barely had to move as she was hovering already along the outside of the 18 front, and we'll have another Ball State goal kick. Kate Palante earning back-to-back starts, a 74% save rate on the season, a 1-2-0 record here in 2025. She's played 5 matches this season with 5 goals allowed. Cards working back into the attacking third. A chase down tackle on Greer Isaacson, and it is a foul on Western. That's Ava Beckett, the senior defender, called for the party foul.
And I got to give the credit there to Greer Isaacson. She sprinted from that defensive line just to end up getting tackled.
So Addie Chester will be the one to take a free kick here. Cards basically setting up like it's a corner kick. Second set piece of the match for Ball State. Into the 18, right outside of the 6. Glancing header by Western. Great play by 5'8" Ava Beckett to be the first one to touch it. And Western breathes a sigh of relief. Another set piece shutdown. And what a play by the likes of Ava Beckett, the Canadian.
And that's back-to-back moments there for Beckett. And listen, she transferred from Providence 2 years ago, and it has been a great thing for Western Michigan.
So the goal kick, first touch by Ball State, just outside the center line. A whistle and a foul on Western Michigan, as Izzy Ross, calling her name for the first time today, was fouled inside of the circle. Another free kick for Ball State, this one with a little less threat behind it, but a good chance to get this into the attacking zone.
And it's going to be Moncrief once again for the set piece.
16th minute, score is still 0-0. Into the 18, Western first touches in. That's a beautiful glancing header right to the goalkeeper by Drew Martin. Smart play to send that right back to Reagan Sulliver. No attack for Ball State warranted. Another goal kick for Western. This one over the head of everybody, bouncing into the attacking third, and another whistle, another foul on Western Michigan.
And that was Izzy Ross able to draw back-to-back fouls.
Izzy Ross from Oakland Park, Kansas, hailing from Blue Valley Southwest High School, 2-time All-State and a 1-time state runner-up. She's was also a standout track and field athlete, a 4-time All-American in the sport, a 2-time state champion. Free kick into the 18. Not much going there as Lexi Watkins, first to touch it, kicked that one right over the goal, almost across into the field hockey pitch nearby.
And that's the second shot there from Lexi Watkins that just goes way too wide. I mean, Ball State has to be happy they're getting shots, but they need to be a little bit more accurate if you want to have an opportunity.
The 119th shot of the season for Ball State. They rank 7th in the MAC in shot count. Cards working in the defensive third. Great clear to get it back to the center line. Backstop header. And now Western has it in their defensive zone. Mira Pierre-Webster, a fellow Canadian. A few passes, and now Western's into the attacking zone. And another clear by Ball State. Back to the timeline. Ball in contention, rolls out. Last touch by Western Michigan. Another throw in for Ball State. Approaching the 18-minute mark, still 0-0. Ball State with 3 shots, Western Michigan with 4. 2 of them on goal. A few back and forths just outside of the attacking zone for Ball State. High up ball, Addie Chester tries to track it down. Western touches it first, but Delaney Caldwell gets possession back. Lead and pass near side to Greer Isaacson. Through ball unsuccessful to Lexi Watkins. Possession back to Western Michigan. Drew Martin, the clear. Great pass up front. Michaela Corpascal running into the 18 along the near side. Trying to cross the ball. Gets it into the 6, and it's rejected up front by the Cardinals. That's Jordan Klassen first to touch. Ball bouncing around just outside the front side of the 18. Possession back to Western Michigan. Meredith Vance. Tight defense by Ball State. Possession won back, and there's the clear over across the center line. This ain't hockey, so there's no icing, but that is effectively what was done there. Interesting enough, Reagan Sulliver ended up with the ball for Western and just kicked that one out of bounds along the far side, so possession back to Ball State into the attacking zone. The fastball throw in, Western gains possession. It's Corpascal again working. Ball State gets it back. The clear by Fiona Killian, calling her name for the first time. Pass by Delaney Caldwell to Lexi Watkins at the center stripe. Across the line, now Addie Chester has it, just outside of the circle. Lead in ball, Delaney Caldwell. To the far edge, a chance to cross. It's Verberg into the box and rolling out. No real chance there for the Cardinals. Another goal kick for Western Michigan as we hit the 20-minute mark, still 0-0. In a substitution moment taken by Western Michigan. It's Maddie Canada taking some time out of the action. And number 24, June Mullen, the Omaha, Nebraska sophomore. 2024 All-MAC freshman, started in 17 matches last season. She has 7 starts this season, 1 assist versus UMass in their last match on October the 2nd. So she will see her first minutes of action today, and Western has the ball out of the break. Across the center line, and it's Mullen with it. Through ball pass, successful, along the edge to Drew Martin. And we have an offside call.
It's going to be now the 3rd offside already for Western Michigan, and that's just another crisis averted for Ball State.
Western starting to get sloppy here. Although they ride a 3-match winning streak, they have drawn to a MAC opponent this season, a 1-1 draw on the 21st of last month to Bowling Green on the road. Cards on the attack. Lexi Watkins working the near side. Lead in pass to the edge. It's Greer Isaacson, loses possession, back to the Cardinals. Lexi Watkins first to touch. Still working just outside the 18, leaves the ball for Isaacson. Cross into the box, opportunity for Caldwell, blocked away by Western. Watkins tries to track it down, but there's the clear into the near side. Stands by Mira Pierre-Webster. Cards have a throw-in, but crisis averted for Western. Only for now. Addie Chester into the 18. Puts a shot on goal, leaving it past the net along the far edge.
If Monaco had been maybe a yard or two forward, she could have received that, and that would have been a great opportunity for a goal.
Some real chances for Ball State early. Already 5 shots in this match. But 22 minutes in, we remain with 2 goose eggs on the scoreboard. This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com. That's VICTROY Muncie.com. Back into the action at Briner Sports Complex. Addie Chester looks for the through pass, heads out along the near far edge, of the attacking zone, and it's back to Western Michigan. There's one thing that I've noticed in watching this team, Max. They love to work the far edge. That's usually where the crosses come in. So far, Western's done a good job. Clearly watching film, understanding that's where the cards are going to go. Lexi Watkins with a nutmeg between the legs of Ava Beckett. Into the box, the solo run. Hard tackle, no whistle. Ava Beckett with that slide. And for the team that fouls the most in the Mid-American Conference, the whistle stays in the official pocket. For now, Western on the attack. Drew Martin into the zone. Pass back to June Mullen and over to Avery Peters. Ball out along the near touch line. Possession stays with Western Michigan. Ava Beckett to throw it in. Leaves that one for Avery Peters. The high cross into the 18. Over everybody's head. Abby Worthman to chase it down far side. To Meredith Vance. The cross into the 18 and into the hands of Kate Palante. Stepping out of the 6 to make that save. Although not quite a save, more of a pass into the 6. Nobody home for Western, and it's another goal kick for Ball State.
It's going to be critical for Ball State to receive this goal kick. You cannot let it be back to Western.
And just on cue, Western gets it back. In fact, it goes goalkeeper to goalkeeper as it's with Sulliver now.
And the reason I keep bringing this up is because if Ball State wants to have any chance on offense, you need to start being able to cross midfield, but every time they're close by, it gets quickly turned over and given back to Western.
Caldwell with 2 headers to keep that ball in Ball State possession. However, Western wins it back. Ball into the attacking zone. A few headers by Western, one by Ball State. A Bronco goes down, that's Avery Peters, and a foul on the Cardinals. The guilty party, LG Moncrief.
That was smart for Peters to be able to draw the foul there. Once again, slowing down Ball State's attack.
Western with it, out of the free kick, into the attacking zone along the near side. It's Drew Martin. Weaving through defenders into the 18. Ball kept in there by the Broncos. Possession still hangs with Western. Back to Drew Martin. Across the edge now, Worthman far side. Pass back to Baldridge. Lost her footing. The turf monster got her, and the Cardinal defense catches up. Caldwell first there. A few more slides. A few more players to the turf, but that one will be called a foul. A tackle on Western Michigan.
That was really slow of a call made by the official. It felt like he was, at this point, maybe just trying to weigh his options.
For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, go ahead and head to the website, ballstatesportslink.com. That is ballstatesportslink.com. Of course, this broadcast produced by you and I, Max, 2 SportsLink students. I, a senior, you, a junior.
That's right.
We're really getting there, Max. It's almost time. It's about time to clock out. Sometimes I think about that, and it hurts my soul just a little bit.
And that's why you got to go to ballstatesportslink.com so you can be the replacements.
Exactly. Yeah. Who's gonna be here, Max?
Could be one of our listeners. You never know.
One of you has to call Sunday Soccer.
That's right.
Somebody's got to look at this. We're getting a great match here, Max. We're getting probably the best match of the day. And you could do it too if you visit ballstatesportslink.com. Back to the action here. Just over 18 minutes left here in the first half. Score still 0-0. The shot total now at an even 5 between Ball State and Western Michigan. We will have a throw-in for Western in their own defensive zone. in their attacking zone, rather. Cards clear it out. Izzy Ross with the touch. Back to Western just outside of the circle. Isaacson gets it for the Cards. Martin wins possession back for the Broncos. The cross into the 18 before it can get there. Jordan Klassen with a header to keep it out. And another tackle by Western Michigan, this time June Mullen on Addie Chester, just outside of the center circle, and it's another free kick for Ball State.
And you mentioned how we're tied with shots 5 apiece. It's really surprising considering just how much of the possession has been dominated here by Western Michigan. And it's thanks to that Ball State back 4 that it's still tied 0-0.
Western with 5 fouls, Ball State with 4. Certainly not the cleanest first half yet. But you would expect that in a match like this, Max. There's a lot on the line. For Western, it's the pride of that streak, and for Ball State, it's, well, the pride of being the 3rd athletics program here in Muncie to knock off a reigning MAC champion this weekend.
And to do that on your alumni game as well would be great.
Absolutely. It is Alumni Day, as we'll have a recognition for the alumni in town during the halftime break. Back into the action as Western Michigan gets into the 18. Beautiful moves by Worthman, rejected up front by Greer Isaacson. Throwing that left foot in front of the ball, and a great clear to get it out of danger. Western will have possession, but now deep into their defensive third along the far side. And that's really a key for Ball State today, Max. Those clears are so crucial, just taking time away from Western. You can lose the time of possession battle as long as that possession isn't meaningful. And another tackle on Addie Chester, this time by Heidi Thomasma, excuse me. So another foul, and the officials calling Thomasma over. This might be a yellow card, or at least a stern warning. So rather, this foul is on June Mullen again, and since that's her second, I'm not surprised that that warning is issued. No card, however, as we'll get a free kick for Ball State. Just outside of the center line into the 18, a beautiful free kick. First touch by Roper rather. And Western backs away. Into the center circle again, Cards win possession. Now on their defensive side. Across the timeline, Greer Isaacson with it. Pass to Lexi Watkins, back to Isaacson. Avoids the tackle from Drew Martin. Possession by Addie Chester. She loses it. Gained right back by Emily Roper. Through ball to Chester, not on target, and Western clears it away. Cards win possession back. Delaney Ahern with the cross. Clear, rather, into the attacking zone. Caldwell fighting for possession. Ball out along the far touchline, and it stays with the Cardinals.
So it'll be Fiona Killian coming in for Izzy Ross. So the Temple transfer, first time she's playing here today.
Of course, the new college women's soccer rules, 6 substitution moments for each squad. Both squads using 1 already. Cross attempt into the 18 to Emily Roper, immediately rejected by Western, and another clear out of the zone. Caldwell regains possession. Addie Chester into the 18. Great footwork, shot up. Ball tipped away. Lexi Watkins gains possession just outside of the 6. Western clears away. Addie Chester wants a handball. No call given. And now Western on the move. Into their attacking zone. They have numbers. Lead-in pass by Avery Peters. Successful. Less per chance into the box. And Palante cleans things up. All alone in the 18, and being the first player to touch, that's exactly what she does. 13 minutes to go here in the first half, and it's still 0-0.
Ball State was caught sleeping there, and Western Michigan was able to take advantage. And you got to thank Meredith Vance for being the one to prevent Addie Chester from having any opportunity to score.
Impressive defense from both of these teams so far. A throw in along the far touchline, just outside of the attacking third for Ball State. Cards again working right to left. Western clear away, but another throw in for the Cards. Really doesn't do much, as this second throw in will be at the exact same spot as the last throw in, and we have another substitution moment for Ball State as Lexi Watkins subs out and Annika Klaus, the Bloomington, Illinois native, comes in. So that's 2 substitution moments for Ball State, 1 for Western Michigan.
And I'll always be happy to see Annika Klaus getting the chance to play after having a season-ending injury as a freshman and then having it re-aggravated to miss all of last year.
Emily Roper out of the throw-in. Tried to cross that into the 18. Nobody home for Ball State. An easy pickup by the goalkeeper, Suliver. And folks, I know at home you can hear that wind blowing. It's a beautiful day here in Muncie, but that wind is something else today compared to really the last week of weather. 17 miles per hour those wind gusts are blowing. Certainly a factor out on the pitch as well. Just under 12 minutes to go in the first half. The score is still 0-0. The shot total now in favor of the Broncos, 6-5. Cards working into the attacking zone, and it's another foul. A side tackle by Western Michigan. We'll get a number here in just a minute, as that is Meredith Vance again, the midfielder, called for the infraction. A free kick for the Cardinals. Into the box, and once again, Suliver is the first to touch it.
And it was a good effort from Addie Chester, but Emily Roper and Annika Klaus, just both of them not in the right spot at the right time to be able to receive that cross.
Maybe a lack of communication. Like you said, both attackers for Ball State along the near side of the 18 and the cross to the far side. Western wins possession at the center stripe. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Avery Peters. Now the Broncos have space. It's Baldridge, the far edge, into the attacking zone. Pass to Worthman. Working the corner, ball goes out. Last touch by a Cardinal, and the Broncos have just their second corner of the match. And for a team that is first in the MAC in corners per game, it's a bit surprising that they've only had 2 so far.
And that's, once again, just a credit to that Ball State defense, because when they've been forcing it out, they've been forcing it forward, not to corners.
The corner, great box out by Jordan Klassen just in front of the goal to evade any Bronco attack. Back to Western, into the 18. The slicing pass, and it was in. It's in. Who last touched it? It's a Western Michigan goal as we await the number. Amidst the haze of attackers there, 2 for Western. Delaney Caldwell tried to be the first to touch that ball, and it's a goal for Western Michigan.
And that's a blink and miss it goal, literally. That just out of nowhere. Great job there from Western Michigan having the awareness.
So the Broncos, with 10 minutes to go in this first half, put the first goal of the match on the board. That was Ava Beckett with the goal, assisted by Drew Martin, who was the initiator of that corner kick. What a set-piece goal for Western. As we inch closer to halftime, the Broncos have the lead.
And I was just thinking, if Ball State can keep this tied at halftime, they're going to have to be happy with that effort, considering how much possession has been dominated. But just simple mistake allows this goal.
For Ava Beckett, that's the second time in her career that she has scored against Ball State. Her first goal against the Cardinals came last season in the regular season title clinching match. So she has a bit of history with this squad, and we have another corner kick here for Western Michigan.
And at this point, you can see the entire Ball State team rushing to the box now. They don't want to give up another goal.
Drew Martin again with the corner kick here. Far side. She adjusts the ball to her liking. Just over 8 minutes to go in this first half. 1-0 is the score. High arcing cross into the box. First touch by a Cardinal. And that time, Ball State evades another goal for Western. Back to the Broncos, however. Heidi Thomasma working the attacking zone. Passes it back out to Drew Martin. Far side lead-in ball. Now the Broncos working into the 18. The cross. Rejected by Fiona Killian just outside of the 6. And out along the far touchline. It stays with Western Michigan, but the Cardinals hunkering down a bit here.
And as we see a quick substitution, the big thing here is that Cardinals are going to hope that they can send it across midfield.
Western regains possession just outside of the 18. Into the box. The clear out of the hands of Palante. A chance in goal, and she gathers it back. Wow.
And that was the substitute, Kaya Gillian, who was just a step behind. Otherwise, she would have been able to score that goal.
In her 10th game this season, she had a shot on goal against Detroit Mercy. That's just her 2nd of the season. A real chance, but Palante quick on her feet to get back up from the ground, and now into the attacking third for Ball State. A tackle by Western. You can hear the Kalamazoo faithful isn't quite happy with that call, but it was a rather obvious foul.
Especially being right in front of that line judge. You know, you're going to get it every single time.
So the Cards, a set piece here into the attacking zone. About 10 yards away from the corner, basically a corner kick here. Into the 6, glancing header. Maybe just a bit off target. A chance for Annika Klaus. But maybe 2-3 yards to the near side of the net. As Sulliver's there for the save.
I think she jumped maybe like a second too early as it soared right past her as she was landing back down.
Cards win possession back. Jess Farno fighting for the ball. And now the Broncos work across the timeline. A lead-in pass to Drew Martin, stopped up front by Greer Isaacson. And the Cards make another defensive stop. A scrap for the ball out along the far touchline. It stays with the Cardinals just outside of the center line.
And you can tell that it's getting towards the end of the first half because the emotion's definitely high in this game.
Western doing anything they can to add to their tally before the halftime break. Opening space, Ava Beckett looking for the cross into the box and first touched by the Cardinals. Rejected up front by Delaney Ahern and cleared away to the center circle. A few headers by the Broncos to retain possession. Now it's Pierre Webster. Pass along the far side. Drew Martin has it. Footwork lead-in pass to the corner. A bit too strong for everybody, as that will be a goal kick for Ball State. Under 5 minutes to go now. The score, Western Michigan 1, Ball State nothing. The Broncos scoring off a Ava Beckett goal assisted by Drew Martin. And Max, for about the last 15 minutes, it seems to be all Western Michigan on the attack. They have really put the foot on the gas pedal. Jess Farno operating now into the attacking zone. Right on cue, the lead-in pass to Chester, blocked right up front. Gets it out to Isaacson along the near edge. Ball out. And the officials say it's off of the Broncos. That's Kaya Gillian. Chester. Pass to the middle, Moncrief. Now to the edge, Tori Monaco. Klaus pushing towards the corner. The cross blocked up front, and it's last touched off of her, and Western Michigan frustrated that that's called a corner. I don't blame them. That was definitely off of a Cardinal last, but we will see a corner. All right. That is a swing and a miss. And a tough call for Western, a big set piece for Ball State with just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Into the 18, and a great jumping save by Sulliver, using all of that 6-foot frame to be the first to touch.
And if she was any shorter, that would have been an easy header for Addie Chester. I mean, she was right there.
Maybe poetic justice for Western off of that call, which I will quite honestly say was wrong, to give Ball State a corner. But it's in the rearview mirror now as the Cardinals go into the attacking third. Through ball to Addie Chester, blocked up front. Cleared back to the center circle. Western has possession. Drew Martin working the far boundary. Kira Verberg on defense, and a clear for the Cardinals. That's Jordan Klassen. And that's a tackle from behind. And Western Michigan starting to get a bit upset about this call, about these calls. That one was clearly right. Drew Martin tackling Addie Chester from behind. But still, I think it's going back to that corner call and just, this is the most fouling team in the MAC. I'm sure it is a point of frustration for Western.
Oh, 100%. And that's, in that case, probably an eye for an eye type foul.
Free kick essentially across into the 18. Western's there on the defensive side. A tackle along the far end.
They are not letting up on Addie Chester. That was a hard tackle, no call.
Hard tackle, but a smart one because that's last touched by Chester. So it turns into a goal kick for Western. So you got 90 seconds to go now. Western Michigan with a 1-0 lead here in the first half. Broncos have possession out of the goal kick. A clear into the attacking zone. And it's Cora Pascal first to touch. Great footwork. Cross into the 18. A chance for Gillian. Turning around, and a Bronco lost her footing. That's Olivia Brunick, who had a chance but slipped up. And now Addie Chester on the run. Shot on goal. Oh, it's just wide of the near edge. Another miss.
She had been just maybe a foot to her right. That would have been a beautiful goal. Everything was done right, and that's just so unlucky.
An unfortunate way to end what likely could be the last attack of the first half for Ball State, with a goal kick here for Western. And a hard tackle by Annika Klaus. 26 on 26, as that's Abigail Baldridge sent to the turf. And with 20 seconds to go, Western Michigan has a free kick and maybe one more chance.
They're pulling the Giannis Antetokounmpo strategy of wasting as much time as possible in between these restarts.
And they basically end the first half with that free kick going out along the far end line. And that will do it for the first 45. So a very aggressive start to this match, Max, but it is Western Michigan with the first goal of this match. 1-0 behind the efforts of the Bronco defense, and a crucial goal in this first half. Assisted by Drew Martin, Ava Beckett with her first goal of the season. We'll take a quick break here on SportsLink Digital Radio. You're listening to Ball State Women's Soccer, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to our conditioning, our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is Sports Link Digital. The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts, right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
You're listening to Sports Link Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
Ranked number 1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State Sports Link with Sports Link Digital Radio.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now. You're listening to Ball State Soccer on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Now, back to the action.
Welcome back to Briner Sports Complex, as we are just about 11 minutes away from the start of the second half during this halftime break. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, Ball State Women's Soccer, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. The score, 1-0 in favor of Western Michigan, off a Ava Beckett goal, assisted by Drew Martin, who came in with the corner kick. That occurred in the 35th minute of action. Ball State with 7 shots, 1 on goal. Western with 4 shots, 2 on goal. I'm Brayden Carroll, Max Gillie alongside. Max, what stood out to you the most about that first half?
I was just really impressed by Western Michigan from start to finish, dominating possession. It says here that Ball State dominated possession, but it really doesn't feel like that. I mean, from start to finish, it was all Western Michigan. And somehow Ball State still had more shots, but none of them were really accurate outside of the last attempt there by, Addie Chester. So it's been an interesting one so far, and it's been aggressive. That's been another big thing, especially getting down late. You're starting to see those emotions, and it's going to get to the point where you're going to start seeing some cards if the emotions don't get kind of cooled.
Got to keep Ava Beckett on your radar, as well as Kia Gillian or June Mullen rather, for the card watch. Both of them with 2 fouls. Western Michigan with 9 in total. Ball State with 5, and LG Moncrief might be the cardinal in danger of a card with 2 fouls of her own. But Max, with time and possession, what really interests me is Ball State has spent 29% of their time in the attacking zone. Western Michigan 32%. Like you said, it's been very aggressive. These teams have been willing to push and push hard to get the ball into the 18.
Oh, definitely, and it just feels like every time Ball State was around the 18, it would always be quickly taken away by that strong defensive line that this Western Michigan Broncos team has. I mean, there's a reason why they've been able to be so successful. It's not only offense, it really is that defense.
And you look at the saves so far. For Western Michigan, Reagan Sulliver's only had to make one, as well as Kate Palante, one save and one goal allowed. For the Cardinal goalkeeper, really has been just the defenders. It's been being able to halt crosses for Western Michigan, and then for Ball State, it's been a lot of work outside of the 18 to prevent those crosses from even happening.
Well, if you like defensive saves, you're going to definitely enjoy seeing the variety that Ball State has had to use in this one. But one thing that Ball State's really going to need to improve on as we head into the second half of action is off of those goal kicks from Palante, 9 times out of 10 it just immediately gets intercepted by Western Michigan. And this is just opportunities that Ball State can have to start to form some offense stolen away. That has to change in the second half.
Two very similar teams, roster-based, heavy seniors, heavy freshmen on these teams. And so far through 45 minutes, pretty even stats, but Western does have the advantage 1-0. This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, go ahead and drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, Indiana, or visit victorymuncie.com. We'll take one more break here on the Ball State Women's Soccer Halftime Show on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. We'll be right back.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink. SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. This is Jared Matheny with Summit City Sports and Indiana Tech Athletics, a proud SportsLink alum. Go Cards!
Gotta update that one for Jared. He ain't at Indiana Tech anymore. In fact, I was working Ball State Women's Volleyball with him on Friday. He's in the big leagues now. But we go back to the halftime show here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Scores 1-0. Western Michigan scored in the 35th minute off an Ava Beckett goal and a Drew Martin corner counted as the assist. I'm Brayden Carroll, Max Gillie alongside. And Max, for Western Michigan, you don't really need to change much. It feels like Ball State's getting opportunities, and you can't just rely on Addie Chester continuing to battle this wind with her high arcing shots. So maybe that's one thing you change, but what do you see in Western Michigan's play so far?
I think for Western Michigan, like you said, they really don't need to change much. I'd like to see some more opportunities from Drew Martin. I mean, yes, she had the assist, but she only has had one shot so far. So I would expect to see a lot more effort when it comes to shots coming from her in the second half. But meanwhile, for Ball State, we mentioned, of course, Addie Chester's having a lot of opportunities, but it's usually getting her double team. Someone else is going to need to be able to be up there, even just to help her, because she's usually just on an island by herself every time she gets these long passes. And, you know, when it's 2 or 3 on 1, if she doesn't have any option, she's just going to be forced to take a bad shot.
Let's take a look at some scores around the Mid-American Conference while we have time. Still about 3 minutes to go until the start of the second half. In fact, Western just broke their huddle. Ball State still huddled up in the left side corner, far side. So across the Mid-American Conference, right now Kent State leads at the halftime break 1-0 over Akron. Kent State in 6th place in the standings, Akron sitting at a measly 12th. UMass leads 1-0 over Central at halftime. Massachusetts, one of those new teams in the conference at 1-3 in conference play, 11th in the standings. Central Michigan at 13th. So two teams trying to battle back up in conference play. Bowling Green and Eastern Michigan, a high-flying first half as they are now into the second period of play. 1-1 the score between two teams in the upper half of the MAC standings. The Falcons at 3rd and Eastern Michigan in 5th place, just above Kent State and Ball State. And then Toledo, Miami, the Red Hawks lead 1-0 heading into the second half. Miami sitting at 4th in conference, and Toledo without a win yet, but 3 draws and 2 losses put them in 10th place. Certainly an important weekend, Max, for MAC play. This is probably the most important match, just considering Western is at first. And for a Buffalo team that just started their match, who's sitting at 4-1 right now, they would absolutely love a Broncos defeat to tie up with them or even take the lead in the conference standings.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Western Michigan not only wants to just keep their, undefeated streak over the last few years alive, but they understand that, hey, we have the big target on our back if you're Western Michigan. And they cannot afford to drop any of these games if they want to win yet another MAC regular season title. But if they can play like they did in the first half of action for the next 45 minutes, should be a win there for Western Michigan.
Buffalo playing NIU today. The latest start of the day in conference play, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. local time over in DeKalb, Illinois. We'll keep you updated on those MAC scores throughout this match, especially as the other 4 MAC games conclude alongside this match here. So Ball State going to move left to right now, Western right to left. I didn't say what the jerseys look like for our radio listeners. For Ball State, it's the white jerseys with the black shorts, black numbers, red trim, and the red Ball State script. For Western Michigan, it's the brown jerseys, brown shorts, yellow trim with the white numbers, and they have the, yellow banner along the chest with Broncos in script written in brown. This is a point of contention, Max. Do you like the colorway? You asked me before the pregame show. I said I do. It's a little like Valparaiso, but I can get past that. But how do you feel about Western Michigan's brown and gold?
I mean, brown's not usually my favorite color when it comes to uniforms, but it's different. I'll give them that, and it works. So, I think it works well for Western Michigan.
I agree. I like it. And, if Valparaiso is going to remove the Crusaders name, change to the Beacons, which I'm still not happy about, then I don't care who steals their colorway. No offense to the Valparaiso Crusaders.
Come for the game, stay for the collegiate hot takes here on SL Digital.
Is it a hot take to say Crusaders was a better nickname than the Beacons?
I think I agree with you. I think it is a better nickname for Crusaders. I don't know how you really I guess, celebrate like the beacons? Do you just like light up the beam every time? I don't know.
There ain't no Lighthouse of Alexandria in Valparaiso, I'll tell you that much. Back into the action out of the halftime break. Western Michigan starts with possession into their attacking third. Michaela Core-Pascal working the outer 18 boundary. The cross blocked up front. Another chance for the Broncos. Rolling shot safely to the hands of Palante. That opportunity taken and immediately passed up by the Cardinal defense. So it was Heidi Tomasma with the chance. Goal kick to the center line. Addie Chester first to touch for Ball State, but Western wins possession.
And this is what we kept seeing in the first half. Just Western Michigan always on the attack. But then another big save by Ball State prevents any scoring opportunities.
Broncos in their attacking third, however, with Drew Martin. The through ball into the 18. Opportunity for Meredith Vance. Cross into the 6, and nobody's home. Drew Martin almost had an opportunity. Gains possession. Cross into the box again. Headed away by Addie Chester, but we will have a goal kick for Western Michigan. A corner kick, excuse me. That was Delaney Ahern with the header.
Western was so close to scoring there. Ball State was really lucky that was a missed shot because that was everything going right.
Drew Martin, the corner, into the 18, headed up by a Bronco out along the end line. So that was Avery Peters, not able to get the header she wanted on that ball. So a goal kick for Ball State. About 3 minutes into the second half, still 1-0, 1-0 in favor of Western Michigan. Kate Palante earning the start today. Back-to-back starts for her. Actually, back-to-back-to-back as she started against Buffalo, started against Ohio, going 1-1 in that stretch. Ball State in their defensive third. Delaney Ahern in the defending 18 just clears that one to the far touchline for Western Michigan possession. Throw into the box. Won by the Broncos. It's Avery Peters. Back out. And the Cards clear this one back to the touchline for another Bronco throw-in.
That's the second time Ava Beckett has nearly had an opportunity to get some shots off, but it's just quickly batted out by Ball State.
Credit to Ava Beckett. She has been all over the defensive side of Ball State, putting this team to work. Another chance for Western Michigan. Cross into the box, rejected again. And back out to Abigail Baldridge. Broncos working once more, losing possession as that ball rolls harmlessly to the far touchline, and we have a throw-in for Greer Isaacson and Ball State.
And it was Jordan Klassen who had the touch that forced Western Michigan to send it out for that throw-in. And Jordan Klassen, only a freshman, has really played well for this Ball State defense today.
At the 49-minute mark now, the fight for the ball along the center line. Western Michigan wins it. Headed away by Izzy Ross and Ball State. Another scrap for possession. The Broncos moving into the attacking side. Drew Martin tackled. No whistle. As Martin taken to the ground by Izzy Ross. Ball stays with Western, but once again, the whistle staying in the pocket of these officials. Certainly something to think about for Coach Lewis Robinson. For all the fouls that his team has had, they also have been fouled a good amount. But the foul tally clearly showing signs of being majority Bronco, 9-5 the tally, as we have an injured player along the near side.
Abigail Baldridge goes down, the redshirt senior who transferred from Louisville in 2021. It was the connection between Tori Monaco and her, and it was a slow start there. No ill will or any really wrongdoing there. It was just a connection that ultimately sends Baldridge down.
The athletic trainer comes out for Western Michigan, so we'll take a break here on SportsLink Digital Radio. You're listening to Ball State Women's Soccer, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now. You're listening to Ball State Soccer on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Now, back to the action.
So Abigail Baldridge, the player down for Western Michigan, back on her feet as she takes the walk over to the Bronco bench. Appears to be June Mullen subbing back into the action. Unclear if this will count as a substitution moment for Western. If it does, it will be the halfway mark for them in that tally, 3 of their allotted 6. But just good to see her back on her feet and under her own power back to the Bronco bench. Cardinals will have possession out of the break as we hit the 50-minute mark. Still 1-0 Western. Delaney Caldwell, the header, stays with the Cardinals, as that attempt was doubled between her and Meredith Vance. Throw in, won by Western. Possession back to the Cardinals, though, across the timeline. Izzy Ross working, and she loses possession. Back to the Broncos. June Mullen, the cross into the box. An opportunity for Abby Worthman. Shot blocked right in front of her, just outside of the 6. That's Jordan Klassen getting her feet in the way. Broncos still on the attack. Cards win possession for now. A chance to clear, blocked away by Western. It will be a goal kick for the Cardinals, but honestly, you'd rather have a goal kick than a clear that's out of your control.
Oh, 100%. You want to be able to now have this opportunity to start getting back on the attack if you're Ball State.
And Western wins possession back into the attacking zone. Scrap for the ball. Cor Pascal fighting for it. Izzy Ross wins it for the Cardinals. Far side across the timeline. Delaney Caldwell has it. Into the attacking third. Through ball successful to Addie Chester. Into the 18. Weaving through traffic. Great footwork. Cross blocked right up front by Reagan Sulliver. Stepping out of the 6 to make first contact before Chester can get any shot opportunity, and we'll have a goal kick.
And one thing Ball State would like to do here is to get that interception and try and force yet another opportunity here, but goal kick goes wide and it's back to Western.
Into the 53rd minute, Ball State has possession. It's Tori Monaco on the near side. Pass into the attacking zone. Scrap for possession, ball out along the near touch line at the center stripe. And it stays with Ball State, a throw in for Kira Verberg. Long ball to Delaney Caldwell. Now Monaco. Great work along the edge to retain possession with the defense. Back to Verberg, off the foot of Killian. And now Jordan Klassen in the defensive side for Ball State. Delaney Ahern. Cards working. Chester has it now. The ever dangerous threat. Through ball unsuccessful along the far boundary. And Western comes up with another stop. That pass intended for Tori Monaco. Broncos into the attack. Chase for the ball into the near corner. Won by Ball State. That's Tori Monaco getting there before Abby Worthman.
And I really liked that possession there by Ball State. It was the give-and-go passes that led Ball State for that opportunity, and Monaco just a step behind. Was not able to get a shot off. Otherwise, it could have been a goal.
Chester triple teamed at the center stripe, and Western gains possession.
And that was the goal scorer, Ava Beckett, making sure that Addie Chester knew she was there.
Meredith fans pass to Avery Peters into the attacking zone. Verberg tips that one out. It's actually last touched by the Broncos as she tipped it off of Worthman's shin. Peters' shin, excuse me. Worthman on defense on Tori Monaco. Ball out again. This time it'll be Bronco possession. Solid box out by A.B. Worthman, a senior forward, 2024 MAC Tournament MVP, was also named All-Region and All-MAC second team with 12 goals and 9 assists in last season's campaign. Ball State back on the attack. Lexi Watkins far side into the attacking zone. Weaving through traffic. Tight defense given from Mira Pierre-Webster. Into the box. A player down for the Cardinals, and that's a hard tackle on Ball State. So a free kick, or rather a goal kick for Western Michigan, as no foul is called. Brayden Sulliver, not quite a save, just stepping out of the 6 to regain possession. Goal kick across the center stripe, bouncing straight to the foot of Avery Peters. Kayla Newcomb loses possession, and Ball State wins it back with a throw-in. It's Greer Isaacson. Past the 60-minute mark, score is still 1-0 in favor of Western Michigan. Team undefeated in conference play so far at 4 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw. Clear into the 18. Palante steps up for another Ball State goal kick.
How about the clear there from Pierre Webster? She absolutely sent it right to the hands of Palante.
Palante stepping out of the 18 to make this goal kick. She gets it all the way into the attacking third, but the Broncos touch it first. Tipped back up by Killian into the attacking side.
Like that effort there from Killian, trying to still give Ball State some opportunity for some offense.
Izzy Ross and company scrapping for the ball. Now it's Ahern, a hard tackle from behind. No whistle called. And you can see the frustration on Avery Peters. Cards have possession. Izzy Ross up front. Chester running with Caldwell. Out to the boundary instead. Monaco near side, just out of the 18. Working for the cross. Ball off of the shin of Meredith Vance and out along the end line, so a corner kick in the near side coming for Ball State at the 62-minute mark.
And it's the freshman in Fiona Killian who's going to have to be the one, rather the senior Killian, having to take this corner.
All but 2 cards and Palante into the box. Crucial set piece for Ball State. Into the 6. Chester first to touch, couldn't get a good header on it. Instead, it came off of her chest, and now it's back out to the 18. Izzy Ross has it. Pass to the near side. Killian weaving through ball, nobody home in the 18, and a safe clear for Western Michigan. Another throw-in for Ball State, but that's about a 15-yard differential in terms of where the Cardinals were. Throw-in won by Western, back to Fiona Killian and Ball State. Izzy Ross has it. Lost possession. Awkward footing on the ball. And the Broncos kick it along the near touchline, out of bounds, but much farther away now for Ball State.
That's been some of the best opportunities that Ball State has had. It was just the lack of communications between Watkins and Monaco that prevented any real opportunity for a shot. But you're definitely seeing a lot more opportunities here in the second half for Ball State to try and get some scoring opportunities.
Monaco, beautiful footwork to get the ball into the attacking zone. Delaney Caldwell, the pass to Chester, a little off target, chases it back down. Caldwell gets possession and kicks it out along the far end line. And that felt like a missed opportunity. If that first pass was just a bit cleaner to Chester, could have seen a shot on goal.
Oh, definitely. All Chester really would have needed to do was just quickly turn around and then be able to get a shot off. But that's been the tale of Ball State this season. It's just the could have, would have, if one thing would have gone more right.
Goal kick by Sulliver. First touch by the Cardinals and kicked out to the Western defensive third, a throw-in for the Broncos. So we will have another substitution moment. June Mullen subbing out. And it is Michaela Core-Pascal back into the action.
It's great seeing Core-Pascal return after she did go down with that injury, but she's rested, she's back in, and we're happy to see her back.
Fight for the ball, near side, right side, far side rather. In the center circle, Western Michigan wins it. A real opportunity into the box, off the post. Oh man, Abby Worthman had a chance.
That is just pure luck right there. I don't know if it was the wind that forced it on that post there or what, but Palante was way too far up. And Western, there's nothing you could have done better. That's just pure unlucky of a shot.
Off the near post. Could have been 2-0. Instead, the Cards still in realistic position to try and draw this one. Chester, a hard tackle, no whistle called, and the Cards working. Now into the attacking side. Lexi Watkins, pass inside. Opportunity for Monaco, and it glances off of her shin without enough strength to get that one past Sulliver. We'll have a goal kick for Western. Another opportunity. Felt like it could have been. Oh, and that's a clear tackle. This might be a card. Wow, hard tackle. Tori Monaco sent to the ground. Meredith Vance with the action. And surely that is a yellow on Western Michigan.
That is. That'll be Vance's first of the year.
So Monaco went up into the air and basically undercut by Meredith Vance, the Grand Rapids, Michigan native.
And that's just a dangerous play. I can understand the frustration. I remember being a player when you get annoyed, but you don't want to do anything that's going to potentially seriously injure someone there. That was no need for that at all.
So we have a quick break here. I think the official wants to talk to Vance, who walked away from him. We'll have a free kick. Into the 18, blocked away by Western Michigan. That was Delaney Ahern with the kick. The Broncos work to the center line, clear back into the defensive zone. Nobody home for Western, so Ball State is first to touch without any harm. It's Jordan Klassen. Pass to Killian. Near side. On the defensive side of the timeline. Verberg to Killian. Blocked up front by Meredith Vance. Tipped by Izzy Ross into the defensive side. And a safe clear by the Cardinals. Header by Western to keep it into the attacking third, though. Drew Martin has it. Izzy Ross defensively keeping things in touch. Broncos backed up to their defensive side. Across the timeline. Abigail Baldridge, who checked into the action during that last substitution break. The cross into the box, but not clean enough for Drew Martin to be there first, and it's picked up by Kate Palante. 28 minutes to go here in the second half, still 1-0 Western Michigan. Free kick across the center line, goal kick rather. Headed by Western. And another foul at the center circle, this time on Ball State. So we will get a Western free kick. For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos and SportsLink program information can be found at ballstatesportslink.com. That's ballstatesportslink.com. Max, what are you seeing right now from Ball State? It feels like the attack just hasn't been working.
I'm definitely seeing a lot more opportunities, but the biggest thing for Ball State is that they're just always a step or two behind every time they're trying to get shots off, and you're not going to be able to get any clean shots if you're always having to be 2 steps behind.
Western continuing to put their thumb pressuring on Ball State. Another foul on the Cardinals, another free kick for Western Michigan into their attacking third.
That was Izzy Ross there on Avery Peters, and we are probably one hard tackle away on Peters to getting another yellow card, as that's the second or third time Peters has gone down.
Free kick into the 18. A soft kick by Avery Peters, but great work by Palante to stay in front of the ball. Maybe the easiest save of the day for her.
There was a good pass there from Pierre Webster, but you mentioned just not enough power there from Peters. I don't quite understand why you don't just try and use a lot more power, because that would have been a good opportunity for a shot.
Izzy Ross out of the goal kick. Kicked it into the attacking third, but Western clears it back out. Into the defensive side for Ball State. Verberg working near edge. Soft pass to Monaco. Up front, Chester now. Double teamed by a wave of Broncos across the timeline now. Safe pass to Monaco. Back to Chester. Space into the 18. Lead and pass successful to Lexi Watkins. Looks for a cross. Western's defense cleans up once more, clearing to the far touchline, as we'll have another substitution moment for Ball State. This time it's Fiona Killian subbing out. And it is LG Moncrief, the Frisco, Texas native, back into the action.
And that was a great job there by Lexi Watkins to call for the pass. Unfortunately, there were no Cardinals open, which made it impossible for her to get any shots off.
Throw in on the far touchline. Eventually a cross into the 18, but Tori Monaco didn't appear ready for that. Maybe too fast of a developing play there, and an easy pickup for Sullivan.
And it's very easy for Ball State to have to, pick up the pace of play because Western Michigan has been so quick, but that's when you lead to these errors and mistakes that cause no shots to go on goal.
Baldridge has it for Western Michigan, a throw in along the near side center line. Back out closer to the attacking zone. And it's last touched by Tori Monaco for another Western Michigan throw-in. Baldridge to Peters. Cards win possession again. That was LG Moncrief in the way of the passing lanes. Broncos have it once more, however. Peters. Cross to the opposite side. Les Perez chasing that down. And Isaacson's first to touch. Ball rolling out. Last touched by Western Michigan, as that's Les Perez. Tried to chase it down to win possession, maybe force a corner. Instead, it's a goal kick for Palante and Ball State. 23 minutes to go. 23 and a half minutes. Western Michigan leading 1-0 with 10 shots compared to Ball State's 7.
It's a big substitution there. You see Roper in for Caldwell. Monaco out. Annika Klaus back in.
We're going to have a quick time stoppage. There appears to be a delay in play. Can't quite see what it is. Nobody's tying their shoes. Maybe just a conversation between the officials and players to clear things up. Back to the action, a goal kick for Palante and Ball State. Every Cardinal lined up to the far side. Possession won by Western. A few headers and now a run for the Broncos. Core Pascal. Through ball to the 18, blocked up front by Ahern. Back to the Broncos off a header. Into the attacking zone. Possession stays with Western as that ball glances along the far touchline.
It feels like Core Pascal really just kind of forced a pass that really didn't need to be made there. She could have done one or two more dribbles to get better opportunity for a shot.
And a great chance to cross. Peters, the shot rolling straight to Palante. Once again, head on a swivel for the young goalkeeper, and another kick here.
And it's that anticipation from Palante that allows her to be able to get the stoppage there. Good job there.
Western Michigan has only been held to one goal and a victory one time in conference play this season, the 25th, against Ohio, a 1-0 victory. Cardinals certainly making their presence felt today. Not fazed by that 3-year regular season unbeaten streak in conference play Western Michigan hails.
I mean, that's definitely a cool stat, but if you're Ball State, you don't care about that. That's in the past. You only care about the now.
And right now they have just under 22 minutes to either force a draw or win. Cardinals on the move. Western Michigan quick to reject. That's Baldridge with the clear into the attacking side. Isaacson fighting for possession with Kayla Newcomb. Kicked back to the line, the end line, and out along the touch line right outside of the corner, last touched by Western Michigan. And a ball rolled into the pine trees. A sports administration major forced to, during their volunteer hours, go chase that one down. I can speak from experience as I do that for field hockey.
But at least it's a soccer ball that's significantly bigger than the field hockey ball.
Chester on the run. An opportunity far side for Klaus. Kicked out by Baldridge to force a corner, which for Western is a little more advantageous than that 2-on-1 Ball State was running with. But another set piece opportunity for the Cardinals. This one very critical with just above 20 minutes to go in play, down 1-0. It's LG Moncrief in the near corner. Rolling ball to the 18. Touched by Ahern. Everybody wants a handball. No whistle called. Cleared back outside of the 18. Into the box again. Addie Chester tracks that one down. We play on. Double teamed. Far boundary of the 18. High shot by Izzy Ross just above the goal.
I liked the shot there. I liked the effort. It wasn't a pretty shot, but it was effective and just maybe a foot over the crossbar. Man, that would have been a great goal.
So another miss by Ball State, the 8th shot of this match, compared to Western's 10. And we are now under 20 minutes to go, with the Broncos still hanging on to that 1-0 advantage. Cards win possession. Delaney Caldwell, a great header. Emily Roper, rather, gets it to Chester into the 18. Rejected again by Western. Tipped by Roper, headed up by Moncrief. Roper touches it again, and once more Baldridge clears that ball out of the danger zone. It's a throw-in for Ball State, but Western, they're starting to hunker down here. Throw into Roper. Possession again to the Broncos. It's Vance now. Cleared close to the center line, and the Cards are forced to reset. Back to the defensive line. Long pass to Klaus, successful near edge. Working towards the corner. Tight defense from Baldridge. Double teamed, and a safe pass to Verberg. Cross into the box, headed away by the Broncos and cleared by Drew Martin. Back out to the defensive line, into the 18 again, swatted away by Heidi Tamasma. Izzy Ross has it for Ball State, just outside of the center circle into the attacking zone. Moncrief, the pass, Chester double-teamed, weaving through traffic, shot rejected up front again. That's Heidi Tomasma once more. Chester with possession, and Western hunkers down, but blocked by Izzy Ross before the Broncos can get it out of their defensive side towards the corner. And tipped out along the far edge. It stays with Ball State, a throw in just outside of the 18 border. Approaching 17 minutes to go. Western leads 1-0. Roper has it. The Cards want a handball. This time they'll get it. And that was inside of the 18. We're going to get a penalty kick here. Wow. Well, the first one was also in the 18. No whistle. That time the Cards got what they wanted. And boy, oh boy, do they get what they want. An Addie Chester penalty.
And this is going to be the first time all year that we've had a penalty kick.
Chester, 8 goals this season. This one, oh, how sweet it could be. Chester versus Sulliver. 17 minutes, 35 seconds to go. This is to equalize. The shot, oh, it's wide. It's wide of the near corner. Another miss.
It was great speed, it was great power, and you can see the reaction from Chester. She cannot believe it went wide. That is so annoying as a shooter. You know it's one-on-one. The ball's in your court, and you just shank it and have it go wide right.
The first penalty kick attempt of the season is a miss. And if you wanted to know, I don't know if you do, but Sulliver anticipated the opposite side of where Chester put it. Just a few yards inside, and that would have been a goal. In the rearview mirror it goes as the Cards look to attack again. LG Moncrief across the timeline. Lead-in pass. What a chase down by Verberg. Into the attacking zone. Boundary now. Klaus. That pass taken away by Baldridge. 16 minutes to go. Western Michigan clinging on to a 1-0 lead as we have a Ball State throw-in at the center line near side. Verberg. Soft throw to Klaus. Successful. Glancing pass to Moncrief. And Baldridge tips it back out along the touchline. Another throw-in for the Cards. Verberg leads one to Roper. Header, and it's cleared away by Tomasma. Verberg heads it back to the Cardinal side. But it's Baldridge there, and this time this clears much farther away. Nice work by Baldridge to force the Cards into their defensive side. Aggressive play for possession just outside of the Western attacking third. Ball out along the touchline, and it stays with Western Michigan.
And that was Olivia Brunick, the senior, being really aggressive there. And she was even going to try and kick it while still on the ground, which is not usually what you're supposed to do.
Baldridge leads the pass inside, just outside the 18 to Newcomb, and it's won by the Cardinals. Cleared out to the center line and pushed right back to the attacking zone. Western has it. Cora Pascal misses that pass to Tomasma. Rather, Maddie Canada. Cards deep in their defensive zone. Tried to take it away. Newcomb wins it back for Western. The pass, an opportunity. Brunick, shot up and in! Grazing the post and bouncing back into the goal. Olivia Brunick gives this Western team the cushion they need. With 15 minutes to go, the senior does it. 31 total minutes of play heading into this match. But the minutes today have meant so much for this senior. Her first goal of the season.
What a beautiful shot there from Brunick. Perfect execution. Hits it in the top right corner. That's a good job there from the senior.
You talk about a Michigan native who played in one match last season, missed the remainder of the season due to injury, and has only played 5 matches this season before this one. And she just had a crucial goal that might help Western Michigan stay undefeated in MAC play. Out of the kickoff, the Cards just clear that one to the corner. But for the luck of the Cards, it bounces toward the touchline instead of the end line, so it will be a deep Western Michigan throw-in. Possession won by the Cardinals and bounced back across the center line. Cleared into the offensive third. Addie Chester has it. Loses possession, and the Broncos clear. A chase down for the ball. Brunick can't get there in time. Palante has it and kicks it safely to her defensive line. Cleared to the center. Emily Roper can't get it first. Ends up with possession. Leaves that ball for LG Moncrief. Jess Fairno, excuse me. Hard tackle right in front of the Western Michigan bench, and that is a foul on Fairno. A free kick for Western Michigan in their defensive third. Just under 14 minutes to go. Western Michigan now a 2-0 lead off the goal by Olivia Brunick just a few moments ago. Deep free kick, successful to Newcomb. Toward the far corner, and a good box out by the Cardinals to just keep that one towards the end line, last off of Western Michigan for a Palante goal kick.
And with under 15 minutes to go here, Ball State is going to really need to start getting in scoring opportunity if they want to get even close to having a tie.
Delaney Ahern into the defensive third, kicks it back to her goalkeeper, Palante. She leaves that for Klassen outside of the 18. Pass to Monaco at the timeline. Through ball, successful to Moncrief, just inside the touchline. She has space into the 18. Pass to Chester. Weaving through traffic. Leaving that ball for a fellow Cardinal. That was Lexi Watkins who received the Chester pass. Cross into the 18. Cleared away by the Broncos. A throw in along the far side center line. And it appears we'll have a substitution moment here again for Western Michigan. Just one left as Kayla Newcomb subs out. We'll get the exact player who just subbed into the action in just a moment. For now, a throw in for Western Michigan. Won by LG Moncrief and Ball State. A scrap for possession. Won by Michaela Core-Pascal, who just checked into the game. Ball out just in front of the center line, far touch line. And possession is won by Ball State. Rather, Western Michigan, excuse me. So another throw in for the Broncos. Back out along the touchline again. Not much action right now, but give credit to Western Michigan. They are chewing up that clock with 11.5 minutes to go and a 2-0 lead. Another throw in, this time successfully into the attacking third for the Broncos. The cross into the box, 3-on-1. Great defensive setup by Ball State, but somehow possession is won by Michaela Core-Pascal. Back out to the center circle. Western Michigan has it, still on their attacking side. Pass up front. L'Esperance loses possession, and Ball State has it back in their defensive third. Clear blocked away by Western. LG Moncrief, a push-off, no whistle called. And, man, the Western fans are not pleased. You can hear their grunts and oohs for some of these hard pieces of contact by Ball State. The Broncos back on the attack. L'Esperance, the cross into the box, and it's just out along the end line. 10 minutes to go. Ball State a goal kick here for Palante.
Well, from a player's perspective, I know that they're happy that the ref is letting them play on. They hate a referee who does a foul every single time there's a little bit of contact.
The line drive goal kick doesn't do much as Western keeps it in the Ball State defensive third. Palante chases the ball down off a Cardinal clear, so we'll have another goal kick. 9 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Western leads 2-0 over Ball State. The Broncos sitting at first place in the conference standings. Ball State at 7th. Mira Pierre Webster clears the ball out to the far touchline. Another throw in for Ball State. Another scrap for the ball. And it's a handball on Emily Roper. So possession goes to Western. One more substitution moment for Western Michigan, and they will use it. As Avery Peters comes back into the action. A few headers into the attacking third for Western. The clear into the box. It's a real chance now for Western Michigan. Les Perrance. Enough time to set her feet and cross this one in. To the 18, the high arcing shot is saved by Palante, who is right in front of the 6 boundary. Great positioning to make that hard save look simple. And we'll have another goal kick. Into the Western defensive third, Roper draws contact and a foul. Going for the header. So we'll have a free kick just outside of the center circle for Ball State. That foul on Maddie Canada. 8 minutes to go. Western leads 2-0. This is an effective set piece for Ball State. A chance to lead in some sort of shot. Moncrief into the 18. Headed away. That's Tomasma getting into the action. Verberg to Moncrief outside of the center circle. Pass off target to Izzy Ross. Western fighting for the ball. Emily Roper has it. Taken away from behind by Maddie Canada. Clear out to the center line. Greer Isaacson is there to keep it in the Cardinal attack. Cross into the 18. Turns into a shot that was a little too low to do anything. Sulliver easily making the save just outside of the 6.
And that's going to be a shot you want to wish you could have back, because with not that much time left in this game, Ball State can't afford to miss shots.
Lexi Watkins out of the goal kick, ends up right along the touchline. But I agree, Max. These shots for Ball State, they've had a lot of opportunities. 9 in total, and they've all been wide. They've all been wide, or they haven't had enough strength behind them. Cards have possession just along the touchline outside of the center stripe. Western wins it back into the attacking third. A hard tackle from the side by Izzy Ross. No whistle called. Will play on. Baldridge lead-in pass. Successful to Worthman. Haven't called her name that much. The leading scorer for this Western Michigan team. Drew Martin working the near corner. Double teamed, and the ball is tipped out by Kira Verberg, last touched by her, so we'll have a throw in for Abigail Baldridge in Western Michigan with 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go. The lob to Martin, back to Baldridge, into the 18, great pass. Here's the chance for Worthman, forced to the boundary and tipped away in front of the net. Baldridge retains possession for Western Michigan, a lobbing ball into the 18, headed away by the Cardinal defense. Emily Roper gains it, and she clears it away to the center line. Cleared once more for Western Michigan into the offensive third, and Palante steps out of the 6 for a goal kick.
Pierre Webster is a perfect center back for this Western Michigan team. The amount of power she has on her kicks is wild. She just is able to clear it to Kate Palante every single time.
There's a reason she was the MAC Defensive Player of the Week just a few weeks ago. Also, the 2023 MAC Defensive Player of the Year and a first-teamer. A fantastic player who had an unfortunate turn of luck last season, redshirted due to injury, but she started all 11 this season, now 12. She's played in all but 4 minutes this year. Just a true warrior for the Broncos. 5 minutes to go. Western leads 2-0. The goal kick from Palante out of the Western Michigan clear. Cardinal defense retains possession. Tori Monaco has it across the timeline. Baldridge hovering on defense and gains possession back for WMU. The clear into the 18. Jordan Klassen first there. A great effort by Avery Peters, but just not able to be first to the soccer ball. Across the timeline, Ball State working again. Lexi Watkins, pass to Killian. Greer Isaacson looking for Addie Chester into the 18. And another pass that misses its target. Safely to Reagan Sulliver for another Bronco goal kick with 4 minutes to go.
Sulliver taking her time on this goal kick.
Kick and a beautiful header by Meredith Vance to advance it even further down the line. Broncos have possession. Avery Peters along the far corner. Into their attacking side. Blocked away by Delaney Ahern and tipped to the touchline for a Bronco throw-in. Well, with 3 minutes and change to go, appears like Western Michigan is going to walk out of here with a victory. And they're still on the attack. Avery Peters. Her ball tipped away by a Cardinal defender for another Bronco throw-in.
And at this point, Ball State would just settle for a goal. They would not want to have a shutout here.
Western not taking any attacking opportunities, just trying to run the clock down. However, Ball State will push. And a loss of possession along the far side. So another throw-in for Western Michigan as it's Baldridge, who typically plays near side, going to head over to the far end to make this throw. Cards win possession, clear it out. Chester to the center line. Western has it now. Pierre Webster, the clear. Cross into the corner. Greer Isaacson smartly tips it off a Western Michigan attacker. That was Cor Pascal. Lesperance, rather, who looked to gain possession. Instead, it's a throw-in for Ball State with 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Out of the throw-in, ball heads right to the touchline for a Western throw-in. Long throw into the attacking zone. Western doing a good job of just chewing this clock up. Cards win possession for now, however. Hard tackle along the touchline and a foul on Western Michigan. So a free kick and maybe the best opportunity Ball State's had in a few minutes to get this ball back into the attacking zone.
Ever since that second goal was given up by Ball State, it really feels like the wind has been kind of let out of their sails, and they really haven't had many opportunities to take some shots.
This is a tough loss for Ball State if the result stands. So we have another hard tackle. Lesperance taken down by Greer Isaacson. The foul goes on Western Michigan for a Ball State free kick with a minute 17 to go. Broncos lead 2-0 here at Briner Sports Complex. Team that is 2-2-1 on the road will improve to a winning record to 9 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw overall. and 5-0-1 in conference play. Ball State will fall to 500 on the season, 5 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws, and below 500 in conference play, a 2-3-1 mark. The future for Western Michigan, they face Northern Illinois on the 9th this month on the road at DeKalb. Then they head back home to play Eastern Michigan and Kent State in 2 weeks from now. And then they're on the road at the 23rd against Akron. And then they host winless Central Michigan on the 26th of October. For Ball State, as we have 15 seconds to go, they play Eastern Michigan on the road on the 9th. Then they play at home against Akron and Toledo, on the road against Bowling Green, and back at home on the 26th against Miami. With 2 seconds left, Western Michigan did their job of running the clock down, and that will do it. The Broncos win this one on the road 2-0 over the Cardinals.
Just an impressive performance from start to finish for Western Michigan. And you can tell that they are going to be a threat to win another MAC championship this year.
Great work by both sides of the pitch for Western Michigan. A goal in the 35th minute by Ava Beckett, assisted by Drew Martin out of a crucial set piece. And then the icing on the cake in the 76th minute, a goal by Olivia Brunick with an assist by Kalia Newcomb. And for Ball State, tough to see 9 shots and 0 goals.
It was just really frustrating because there was the opportunities were there and they just weren't accurate, and then especially after the PK, and just how surprising that miss was for Addie Chester, who's one of the best in the country when it comes to goals.
That was definitely a big moment for Ball State. That could have been the equalizer. Instead, it's a miss, and then 5 minutes later, Western Michigan puts that padding goal down. So, tough break for the Cardinals late there. One positive here, the Cardinals had 4 corners, which is almost double their average per match this season. Again, though, a negative, you didn't score on any of those set pieces.
And those set pieces really were not close at all. It would always be over everyone's heads.
So Coach Lewis Robinson improves to 39, 17, and 15 in his career at Western Michigan. Just 1 win away from his 40th. This is his 26th victory in MAC play, and for Coach Andy Stutz in his first season, falls to 500. Max, any final thoughts before we sign off from Briner Sports Complex?
Well, it was a beautiful day for soccer. Western Michigan just played the better game. Congratulations to the Broncos.
So that will do it here from Muncie, Indiana. The final score, Western Michigan 2, Ball State nothing, off a 35th and a 71st minute goal from the visiting Broncos. Ball State will be back in action on October the 9th on the road in Ypsilanti, Michigan against Eastern Michigan, a 4-5-2 team on the year, as they appear to be 4-5-3, dependent on the result of a 1-1 draw so far against Bowling Green. So, for Max Gillie, I'm Brayden Carroll saying so long from the Briner Sports Complex. You have been listening to Ball State Women's Soccer, a Sports Link production presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Enjoy your fall break.
This has been a production of Sports Link Digital Radio.